Hey, welcome to the Badass Breastfeeding Podcast. This is Diane, your lactation consultant.
And I'm Abby, the Badass Breastfeeder. And today's episode is brought to you by Rumina Nursingwear's Pump and Nurse Collection. All-in-one products that you can both breastfeed as well as pump hands-free in. But we were here from Rumina all today in a moment. But right now we're going to hear our review of the week, right, Diane?
Yes, and this is from Pitch 2, who says, thank you so much for doing these podcasts, ladies. I'm a new mom, and before I started listening to you guys, I knew very little about breastfeeding, but wanted to breastfeed since I knew it was good for the baby. I set myself 3 to 6 months of breastfeeding because I thought there was a time limit and baby going to eat solids, etc., etc. But after listening to you ladies, I want to breastfeed as long as me and baby can. You have given me so much confidence, and I listen to you guys while I'm nursing. So much of my fears are gone now. You are helping so many of us women, and I hope more mamas listen to you ladies. Thank you so much. We hope more women listen to us as well, because we think it's important.
We do too, and I'm so glad that it helps.
I know.
Because,
and I love it.
Yeah, you're just in your head, right? About,
I know.
About all that stuff.
And the fears, and like you said, the fears, the concerns, and, you know, like all of that stuff. And I love that she's saying that she kind of like gave herself a goal, and now she feels confident that she can surpass that goal and wants to surpass that goal and do more. And I think that's amazing. So good for you. That's congratulations.
Yes. And well,
we want reviews. Yeah, definitely. If you want to be our review of the week, then send us a review. It's that simple. Put it on iTunes and let us know how you feel about the podcast, what you want to hear, what you like, and we will talk about your review on our review of the week. And yes. Abby has a fantastic interview for us today that I personally am excited about because, well, let's face it, I don't even know what size bra I should be wearing anymore. So I need her in my life right now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
So one of our Rumina is one of our beloved sponsors here at the Badass Breastfeeding Podcast, and we got Amanda Hall from Rumina to talk to us today all about correct size bra fitting. And she's been doing this for a really long time, and we're all doing it wrong.
Oh my God.
That's why they're so friggin' uncomfortable.
Some
of them are just uncomfortable.
But
Rumina is going to like set us straight. Yeah.
I have people all the time, they ask me about like, what should I do? Where should I go for a bra? Like da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't even know what to tell people because it's just, the resources are so scarce, and we go into it not knowing. Right? We don't know. You know who measures me? Some freaking chick who probably doesn't even, she makes a nickel an hour at JCPenney's or something. And we need to know what to do. Thank you, Amanda, because we need to know.
I went into Victoria's Secret one time, and I was like, my bra is really uncomfortable. It's tight. Like, I think I'm wearing the wrong size. She measured me, and she's like, no, that's your size.
That's what they tell me every time.
And I said, it's really uncomfortable. And she's like, well, that's your size. And I'm like, okay, thanks for nothing.
I had one of them at Victoria's Secret once tell me that it looks sexy when you have it spilling out the side.
Ew, what?
I think that's kind of sexy. I was like,
oh my God. Sexy or not, it's not fitting correctly.
Right.
Oh my God. Anyway, Amanda's going to set us all straight, and let's get to it. Let's hear from Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's such a great pleasure to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me on to talk with you, to talk with Mom. So I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
And this topic is something that is so needed, and I can't wait to talk about all the things, because when I was talking about it with you just before we started recording, it was like all this information that I never even really thought about, and I don't think people think about. And bras are really uncomfortable. And do they have to be?
Nope, they don't. Okay. They don't have to be.
My God. Let me in on this secret, because I cannot wait to get that thing off every time I come in the house.
I know. And I don't know very many women who just love to go bra shopping. It's not something that we love to do. I mean, think about how long you've had these bras in your drawer that you shuffle through, because it's just like one of those dreaded things to go out bra shopping. So yeah, it's not a fun topic.
No, it's not. Usually. And then so it's before you have a baby, it's not fun. and you still, you're kind of walking. It's not fun. And then you have a baby, and then your boobs are like, they're getting bigger and they're smaller and then sideways and then upside down and
Oh
chunky
my gosh.
and loose and saggy. And, it's like, whoa, what are these things supposed to fit into?
Yeah. And then it's like some women already don't really want to talk about their boobs or have somebody necessarily measuring them. Then when you are going through engorgement or your milk comes in, and one nipple is pointing completely down, the other one is going off to the side, you're feeling like extra uncomfortable, and you really don't want to be just going into somewhere necessarily and measuring them. But measuring is definitely kind of the key of where everything starts, because our bodies change so dramatically after having babies.
Yeah. And so what about measuring? Because like I said earlier, I got measured and I said it was uncomfortable, and she was just like, man, that's your size. So
yeah.
What's with these people?
Well, first, one thing to keep in mind is people try to shorten the measurements down to maybe just taking 2 quick measurements.
Yep.
And while that might work, we do recommend taking 3 measurements. You do have to do a little quick math. It's nothing too big, but kind of the more information is helpful. We do also recommend that moms start measuring themselves at around 20 to 22 weeks, because in theory, this is when your body's gonna come back after having baby after a few weeks. So think about it. Think when you're in your second trimester, you're starting to expand a little bit. Your band is starting, or your rib cage is starting to expand. And some women's bodies never really go back to what they were after being pregnant and having a child. Some do. Some can bounce back right away. But most of us, our rib cages expand. So as you're trucking down that
and then
third
it just
trimester,
stays like that?
So on some women it does.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
That rib cage kind of just stretches out, right? A little bit to expand. I mean, the body changes.
Right.
So
let's make me grab my rib cage.
Yeah, think about it, right? And so that's why measuring yourself at 20 to 22 weeks in theory should be kind of where your rib cage should be at after you have baby, after a few weeks, is what we've heard by experts, by some RNs. So it really is a great starting point to knowing what you're measuring. And so we always recommend 3 measurements. More the merrier when it comes to figuring out really what your size is and what your swing size is. Now, the whole concept of it should hurt or you should have this breast tissue spilling out over the bra, I think you just kind of got some uneducated women that might have not had training from their employer, because all bras don't fit. One bra is not going to fit every woman. I was trying to say that right. One style is not going to be the perfect fit for everybody. And you have to know where you're measuring and try a couple things on in order to be like, yeah, this bra covers me completely, gives me enough support, and you feel like, and it's comfortable. So yeah, measuring is key. So we recommend measuring at 20 to 22 weeks, taking that 3-step measurement. And then
so what are the 3 measurements? So there's around the base of the breast, I'm assuming, around the body.
Yes, but that's not your rib cage measurement. The rib cage measurement is actually your first measurement you take, and it's like right above your breast tissue, like right under your armpits. So imagine you have a soft measuring tape, and you start it right at the top, and you run it all the way around your body, right under your arms. And you put your arms down. That's your band is up top. So yeah, it's not necessarily underneath the boobs,
because that's what they do at Victoria's Secret. They lift it, they put it around the bottom of your boob, around to your back. That's your band, around your, across your nipples, and that's it. That's your size.
Nope. Yep, and that might be why it was too tight on you if they were taking just that bottom.
And tight on every single person walking on this planet who's got a bra from there, because that's what that's what I've always thought.
Yeah.
That's how you measure it?
Nope. That first one is actually above where the breast tissue starts. So then your second two measurements are actually going to determine your cup size. So yeah, you still take that one across your nipples and get that measurement. And then you take another one directly under the breasts around that rib cage, right? You add those numbers up, those measurements up, and then you divide. I got to get my cheat sheet out. I apologize. I didn't know I was going to be quizzed on the actual process. Yeah.
You're adding the last two measurements. So the breast, I'm sorry, I'm really interested in this. The above the breasts, around your body is your band. And then around the nipple, under the breasts, add those up, divide by.
Yep. You add, excuse me, I'm sorry, I lied. We got to back up. So yep, you took those three measurements. So you add your band measurement, that first measurement you took, and then the last measurement, the one around your rib cage.
Okay.
You add those together, and then you divide that number by 2, and then you subtract that number by your measurement you took around across your nipples.
Okay.
And that should give you a number like 1, 2, 3, etc. And that 1 would be an A cup, 2 would be a B cup, 3 would be a C cup. I have a really easy little diagram I can always give you that you
I'll send me the diagram and I'll put it on the website under this episode, and then everybody can head over to badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com and look there.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Because measuring yourself right now, I mean, even when you're like bra shopping in general, would be awesome. And just know though that women have kind of the swing size. That's a really secret thing that
what's swing size? Tell us what that means.
Okay. Swing size meaning that you can actually get you can be measured one size, but you have this swing size that in case a certain style or it just doesn't fit correctly, that measurement, you can always grab another bra at your swing size and try it. So say you measure at a 38D. So a 38D would be your measurement after taking all that stuff. Well, your swing size is always dropping down in the band and up in the cup. So it would be a 36, a double D would be your swing size. Because ladies, you get your support in the band. It's not in the cups. It doesn't matter how much you crank down that strap around your shoulder. You're not going to get the support that you feel like you need until you get a smaller band. So if you're 38D and it's just feeling loose, it's not very supportive, try a 36 double D. That dropping down a band size, making it smaller, but increasing the cup so you still have that material to fully cover the cups, is where you get that swing size. So again, this is key. So say you grab a certain bra and you're like, I love the style, but the size just isn't quite right. Try that swing size, or and you can always float in back and forth between the two. So yeah, that's kind of a trick, because we think that if we strap down our straps around our arms, then it's going to hold our boobs up. But that's not, it's just creating these nasty divots in our shoulders that you're like, oh, now I'm permanently deformed because my bra is like digging into my arm. Well, try going down a band size, up a cup, and see if that'll help. So yeah,
that is really great information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say a little bra fitting 101 right there.
Yes, bra fitting 101. That's what we all needed. So Rumina has been making pumping or breastfeeding enhanced repumping bras and tank tops, right? For 9 years?
We've been on the market for 9 years, but we were actually in development for 5 years prior to that.
Oh, wow.
Because making a woman's bra in general is hard, but when you add a functionality like hands-free pumping to it, is a whole nother ball game. So we were in prototypes, we were in kind of just the whole process of launching it 5 years before the company launched in 2011.
So what did you learn? Because you were a woman in the world wearing a bra before all this started. And so what were the things that you learned that you were surprised about, that you learned about like bodies and breasts and the engineering of bras? And
well, gosh, I actually learned a lot. I didn't realize it, everybody says before you have babies, oh, your body's going to change. It's going to, it's just going to change. But really your breast can change dramatically. It's all of a sudden like these foreign things in front of you that are doing their own thing. They're getting bigger, they're getting smaller, they're hot, they're itchy, they're uncomfortable. There's everything associated with pumping and nursing on top of just feeling completely uncomfortable. And I didn't realize that a bra had to be able to kind of fluctuate with engorgement, I guess my biggest aha is the material that it takes to make a bra is dependent on how it stretches, how stiff it is, if it's going to be breathable, if it's going to hold bacteria, if it's going to wash well, all these things, the weight of the cotton and spandex, we have to weave it within like a 0.10, 0.14 variance. I mean, don't quote me on that because that's not exact. But the variance of the weight of the material has to be perfect, or it can throw off like the feel of it, the softness of it, the stiffness of it, the weight of it, if it's supportive for the hands-free pumping. So not only did we have to sketch out all these bras, my sister designed all of them, sketch them out, go send them to a seamstress to sew prototypes. We actually had to mill the fabric and go get it tested by a different company, verifying the weight in order to be able to give to our factories. You can't mill out of this variance or it's going to throw off our whole bra. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was, I guess, my biggest aha, is that when you pick up a bra on the shelf and it's a lycra, made out of lycra or spandex or all nylon or all cotton, all those things mean differently on how it's going to hold, how it's going to hold up over time with washing, how it's going to be breathable. And when you're a woman leaking breast milk on your body, you don't want to have a non-breathable material against your breasts because it can just add to some bacteria. So like all of this stuff is a huge learning piece that, trust me, I would not have known if I was just a mom picking out a bra and not being immersed in it like I have been.
That's amazing. That's so so your guys aren't just throwing bras together made out of whatever you think feels soft to your skin.
No. It's been a complete journey when it comes to making these bras and testing them with moms and working with our factories, making sure that the product is right. So no, it's taken a long process. Definitely not throwing something together and putting it on the market for sure, or cutting holes in something and throwing it on the market.
Right. Yeah. Right. Now, so all of your products are aimed at breastfeeding and hands-free pumping.
Correct.
And I'm still surprised at how many people don't have hands-free pumping options. Like people love to send the Badass Breastfeeder Instagram or Facebook social media profiles like pictures of themselves, which I love, by the way. Send them all. And a lot of people will send pictures of themselves pumping. And I swear to God, more often than not, people are just holding either with their knees or their hands holding the pumps up. And I'm like, I just want to send you a bra, like
It's
a pumping bra.
life-changing.
It totally is.
Yeah. Yep. It's completely life-changing. And it's not just giving a mom a hands-free option so she can actually do something else while she's pumping. These, the design that we have, you can hands-free pump on one side while you're holding the baby and nursing on the other. And that allows you to do this like combo effect of one, using your body's natural letdown while you're nursing to pump more efficiently on the other side. And pumps are notorious for not fully getting the milk out of the breast. And so if you're able to nurse on one side, pump on the other, you're kind of helping with production a little bit. You're helping your body kick in an overdrive, in theory, to produce more because you have now this demand on both sides. You're able to stock up as an option. If you're a mom that's an exclusive pumper, you're on pumping how many hours out of the day you're sitting there pumping. I mean, I know when I was an exclusive pumper, I needed to work on the computer and can still do stuff, make calls. And if you have a hands-free option, you're able to do that and not feel like 20 minutes, 15 minutes was a huge chunk of your time that was wasted. So,
well, yeah. And I feel like just being able to relax, just to be able to put your arms down, even if you're not typing or just put your arms down. It'll help you relax, which will help you within the whole process of pumping to be able to just relax your upper body.
I laugh when you say that because I was pumping one night because I was an exclusive pumper. I had to get up in all hours of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I got in my chair and I was pumping and I fell asleep. And I don't know how long I was asleep on that pump, but I swear it had to be like an hour, hour and a half because I never filled the bottles. I was a horrible producer, but my bottle was like overflowing. And I was like, I turned it off and my nipples were sore, let me tell you.
Oh God.
But gosh, it was probably the best pumping session I ever had.
Yeah, if you just put yourself to sleep while you're pumping, that would be even better. If you want to take a nap, you need a hands-free pumping bra because you got to put your arms down.
Yeah, relax.
Well, and what I also love, I love the hands-free pumping tank tops. As just like another option.
Yeah, that was actually our first product we ever launched was our hands-free pumping tank. That was one that my sister thought of first because she was commuting a lot to work. She was an exclusive pumper and she didn't have any maternity time. I think she really only had a month and that was vacation time that she got. Just because the job she was in sales, she didn't get maternity leave or anything. And so she had to go back to work really quick. And she was commuting a lot. She had a pump in the car. She had a pump at these in her car during break at the office or in these rooms that, who knows if the lock was going to work and somebody was going to bail through or not. And to have something that you can be completely covered, your belly be covered with was like her number one. She just felt a little bit, still kind of not back to her pre-baby body and just wanted a little bit more coverage. And there was no tanks on the market when we launched back in 2011. So that was our first design, was the hands-free Pump and Nurse tank. And then we shortly after that released the essential Pump and Nurse bra that is still on the market. The original kind of design is still on the market. So yeah.
Yeah, I've said this before. I'll pull my shirt down and hang my boobs out all day. I will not hang my stomach out. Like I just like, that is like one thing. I'm like, I'm pulling my shirt down, but you're like so exposed, your boobs are hanging out. Doesn't bother me at all. But lifting up my shirt and exposing my stomach, I don't know. There's something about that. It's like so much more of a private part to me. I don't know why.
Yep. And I mean, there's some women, like I said, who can bounce back right away and feel confident about their body at any stage. But I was really insecure about how much I gained so much weight with my first child. And, I just wanted to have a little bit more coverage during that times right after when I felt just a little bit more.
Yeah. And that is really a time where you're feeling very vulnerable about your body, and not just like body image and weight, but just like what your body just went through and all these new experiences that you're having. And now you're breastfeeding. You've never used your breast for this before. And, your stomach has never been used for that before, growing a baby. And so all of these things just seem so new and scary. And it's like, just, it's okay to like find things that make you feel comfortable and to keep that stuff, private, and, feel that vulnerability for a while. And, that's totally normal.
Yeah. Yep.
But I want to tell people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go for it.
I want to tell people about because I want to talk about, like, just give us a rundown kind of your products. And you are offering the Badasses a discount code, right? Like a 20% discount code, which is deep.
Yes. It's awesome. It's awesome. So on our direct website, pumpandnurse.com, moms can find all of our collection. So it's the Pump and Nurse collection, everything on there. You can exclusively nursing, exclusively pumping, and everything in between. So they are all hands-free options. We have 3 crossover bras. Those are kind of my favorites because the 3 crossover bras, they all look very similar in the front, but the back design is all different. So the back of one is a back clasp, so you can adjust it. The most popular product we have is a pullover. It's our Essential Relax Bra. That's hands down mom's favorites. That's a pullover design. Why I love this particular bra, especially for moms in the 3rd trimester and newly postpartum, is because pretty much right after you have baby, you're just kind of hanging out with baby, right? And like, hopefully you're just kind of having that one-on-one time, building that breastfeeding relationship, working on your latch, just sleeping a lot, cuddling, doing whatever you're doing as a mom. You're wearing this bra essentially 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, you can wear this bra all the time, and without a back clasp, it's not going to irritate your back. It's not going to be something like you can sleep on it more comfortably. It's really covers a lot of your back. So the support of how it's going to support your breasts are going to be a lot better. So a great bra, one of our more popular ones. And then we have the Racer Back bra, which is has 2 different straps. They're not attached. So like, I have one boob that's notorious for being bigger than the other, right? And that's just me naturally. But when I had my kids, I mean, it was just crazy how different that boob got. And so this bra allows you essentially to be able to fluctuate differently with your breasts so that the straps aren't attached to each other, and you can kind of stretch a little bit better between the 2. So those are the 3 crossover bras. We do have a seamless nursing bra that has a drop down nursing clasp and a different way to insert the pump. And then we have our tanks. Now, what's key about this, Abby, that I really try to educate moms on is that we have no holes over the nipples on any of our products. And that's the number one different thing about Rumina than every other product on the market. When you have a hole over your nipple, you're going to have either a seam there rubbing on a sensitive part of the breast, or you might feel like you're going to kind of show through a little bit more or potentially pop out of the hole. So we have layers that actually hold the pump hands free. And when you open up the layers, you can insert the pump, but when you take the pump out, you just put the layers back, and it's just like a bra. It's just a bra, normal bra. You can wear this all day, pumping it, nursing it, and you're never going to have to feel like you're showing through. Your nipples not going to get irritated rubbing on a seam. You can wear this bra after you're done pumping and nursing these tanks because they look just like a bra. They look just like a normal tank. So,
and like not the extra kind of bumpy material showing through your shirt, that's like right over the nipple. Then you put your shirt on, and then there's all this bumpy stuff, and you're like, well, I don't that's not, it's like not smooth, like a normal bra, but
Yep.
yours are.
Yep. Yeah. So it took a while to figure it out. It took 5 years to figure it out, but we're really, really thrilled with our design. We know we've helped thousands and thousands of moms, with these products. And it just like, fills our heart when we hear these stories of our products just helping out a little bit for moms, a little bit of for moms when they're just wanting that time with baby, or they're in the NICU and all they can do at that time is pump. And whatever their journey is, when they reach out to us and say it made a difference, it just makes everything worth it. So.
That's so awesome. And so if you guys listening, go to pumpandnurse.com. That's pumpandnurse.com. And you can use code BB19. That's BB as in Badass Breastfeeder 19, BB19, and you will get 20% off your purchase. And so thank you so much for that. That is a really awesome offer.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
So I want to talk about bra feeding again. It's like a detail. I have a couple questions.
Okay.
So you were talking about, and you even started to touch on this as you were talking there a minute, you were talking, so breasts, obviously we talk about this, bodies are all different. Some people have,
Yep.
All boobs are all different sizes, and they're gonna, but then they change size, but then they have different shapes, and the nipples are different places for different people. And so what are we supposed to look for how are we supposed to get a good fit and a good style that works for us? I mean, you talked about the measuring and having good measurements. And that, is there anything else when you're just like shopping in a store and you're looking for a bra? Like, I don't know. I feel like when I walk into a bra store, there's so many bras that I just want to faint. I'm like, I don't know where to start. Like, I don't know, like what this, I don't even know where to go.
Yep. Yeah. There's, that's what makes it overwhelming for us, right? There's it's great that there's options, but there's too many.
It's like
options.
the cereal aisle. It's like to go to the grocery store, the cereal aisle, it's like a mile long. And it's like, why are there so many different kinds of cereal? I don't, that's my cereal rant. I have that often, but so, yeah. So where do you go into the store? It's like, it's so overwhelming.
Okay. So once you got your measurements figured out, the next thing I would say is, think about how every mom's walking into the store at a different stage. She can be pregnant still, third trimester. She can be, newly postpartum, or she could be kind of that 3 months, 4 months postpartum and looking for a bra, right? So every mom, it depends on what stage you are in, is what you're going to look for things a little bit differently. Okay. And I'll explain this, but a mom walking in, she's in her third trimester. That's kind of at that 36, 38 weeks when bras are starting to really be uncomfortable, or she's thinking now about, okay, her breastfeeding journey and what she wants. That's when moms usually tend to walk into a store or start buying their bras. Now, there's a little bit of a buyer kind of beware at this point, because you think about how expanded your rib cage is at 36, 38 weeks. It's probably the most expanded it's going to be. Yeah. So if you buy a bra at this stage that feels comfortable, supportive, it's like perfect, it will more than likely be too big after you have baby, because again, your rib cage settles back down after a couple weeks. So you got to be really careful about the bras you're choosing at that 36, 38 weeks, or measuring yourself at that point, because that's not how you're going to be a couple weeks after you have baby. So kind of be aware that if a bra fits really good 38 weeks, it's going to be a little bit loose after having baby around the rib cage. And remember, we get our support around that rib, around that band. So that's going to really throw off how it fits later on. And for our product, if your bra is too big, it's not going to hold the pumps hands free. You have to get a good fitting bra. So a woman coming in at newly postpartum, say she just had baby and she's realizing she doesn't have anything that's going to work for her. She hits the store real quick. When she tries on a bra, she doesn't want anything too tight across the nipples. She doesn't want necessarily a bra right away with an underwire. Anything too tight across the nipples could add to some issues that a mom just really wants to stay away from. If she's more subjective to easily getting clogged ducts, something too tight across the breast could accentuate that. In those underwires, when she's newly postpartum and her breast tissue is so sensitive, could also accentuate that if she's just more susceptible to clogged ducts. So newly postpartum moms don't want to have those underwires right away. You don't want anything too tight across your breasts. Now, a mom that has her milk established, she's hitting that 3-4 months down her breastfeeding journey. She's probably walking in wanting something more supportive. She's ready to go back to those bras that fit like they did in theory if she was wearing the correct one pre-baby. So that's when, if you realize that your body's not really prone to clogged ducts easily, that's when you can try something possibly with an underwire, maybe. Mm-hmm. You have to determine that. Each mom's body's a little different. But a mom coming in at 3-4 months postpartum and her milk's established will usually want something with more, like the material different, a more supportive, more structured bra than possibly something more like a sleep bra. So that's something to keep in mind.
What
when
stage
I'm talking,
you're in.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me when I'm talking with moms when they're like, well, the bra doesn't feel like it fits right. Well, I have a couple questions for you because that'll help me determine what to recommend. So what stage you are on is huge. And then I do recommend looking at material. Your material of the bra is really important because some material breathes better than others. We know cotton breathes really well. The certain material doesn't. And so I'm kind of big on that personally, and that kind of the essential breast health part of it. But so that's something you can keep in mind too when you're walking into a store or looking online. What material are these bras made out of? And then so what stage you're in, what the bras are made out of, and then the type of style it is. So something with an adjustable back clasp, adjustable shoulder straps, that's going to be able to you're going to be able to move that around or adjust in and out as you're kind of going through these engorgement stages, versus something that's like a pullover, a more set fit. You're going to want to make sure that when you try it on, that it fits comfortably, it fits like it should, because that's how the bra is going to be, right? It's not going to be as adjustable when you like adjustable bras with straps and back clasps. So does that kind of help?
Yeah, and before we started recording, actually, you were talking about like the deep V in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yep. So think about your Victoria's Secret bras or those super sexy bras that you either have or had before baby. I can't remember last time I bought a super sexy bra, but they're just this cup essentially with a little tiny band and the strap that just connects from the cup to the band in the back. There's no extra material. The strap is this little teeny tiny strap, right?
Yeah, the type with the one hook. With the tiny, the little hook and the little hole, and it's just got one, and it's like barely hanging on. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So when you're looking at a bra, though, we know that we get our support from the band. And so how that material comes over your the straps, how it connects to your back, how all that material connects to the side will help. Really, that structure will really help with how supportive that bra is. So when you're looking at a bra and you're holding it up, the ones that have a really deep V or a lot of material around the back, all connecting to that band, that's going to be one of your more supportive bras. It's going to be just something that can come around your breast tissue a lot more. Everything's going to fit in there well. You shouldn't have that spilling out over the sides ever on any bra. When you put your arms down, there should be no breast tissue that comes out. It's not, or you're getting the wrong bra, essentially. So having a lot of material, that deep V, is going to be a really supportive, great bra. When you're looking at a bra with a really tiny straps and no material really around the back or around the sides, then you're just going to want to make sure that you have a great bra that has the right cup, like the right cup size for you, because that cup, our breast tissue isn't just right around our nipples or right in front of our bodies. Our breast tissue is around under our arms. That's why sometimes women get clogged ducts kind of by their armpits down below. I mean, so our breast tissue comes all the way around our or across our body a little bit more. So you just want to make sure your cups are really big and covering all your breast tissue if you have something with really tiny little straps. So
that's great. That is really great. I cannot wait to go measure myself now. Like, that's what I'm so excited to go and see.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's not my size. I'm predicting that the sizes that I wear, like, not my size at all.
Yeah. And, again, remember that swing size. Remember that if you have something on, but you really like the style and you're like, gosh, I really like the style, it's kind of fitting okay. Always, always, always grab a smaller band, bigger cup to try and see if that's a better fitting for that style. So
That's
it's hard
idea.
with our products, ours measures like extra small through 2X, 3X, right? So, and think about like a pantyhose kind of grid. You have a band of 38, cup size of C, you fall in a medium or a large, whatever it is. So for our products, we always, and since anyone who's shopping online, we always recommend that you leave your tags on and try the product on before you remove the tags. That way we can always work with you to exchange it or refund the mom. But try the bra on first before removing the tags to see how it fits, because that swing size, if it doesn't fit quite right, we can work with you on exchanging it for that swing size or a different size in general.
That's awesome, because that was actually the next thing I was going to talk about. So on the website, there is a size chart that can help you, first of all, size yourself, because it was kind of a complicated equation. So you can head to the Badass Breastfeeding Podcast.com and you can find the chart there that will help you figure out your size. But then, so once somebody has their size, so, I went to the website, I measured myself, I have my size, and then I'm going to go to pumpandnurse.com and I'm going to use my code BB19 for 20% off. And, so then I'm looking at the bras. So somebody, I'm just guessing, somebody has a question. Can they email you or message Rumina on Facebook? Rumina is on Facebook.
Rumina is on Facebook, but I definitely suggest emailing me or calling, because you'll get me. My name is Amanda. I'm one of the co-owners. And I kind of use email as making sure I don't miss anybody. And Facebook.
Okay, what's your email?
It's Rumina Nursingwear at gmail.com.
Rumina Nursingwear at gmail.com. Okay, I'll put that on the website too. But so if somebody is really confused about the sizing, they can email you. But so then once somebody has the right size, they'll be able to go onto the website and see, okay, it'll match obviously the sizes that you recommend.
Yep. Okay, exactly. And we just say, keep the tags on, try it on when you get it, and just like any kind of underwear / bra, just don't get deodorant on, or try it when you jump out of the shower, all of that stuff. So if it doesn't work, we can always easily work with you to exchange it or refund it. So moms aren't ever, stuck with something. So
yeah, I mean, the goal is we want people to be finally comfortable in these things that we've been wearing all of our lives and usually very uncomfortable in.
Exactly. Or not deformed, not having these deformed shoulders because our straps are like digging into it for X amount of years. So
right. Yep. That happens, right? I mean, your shoulder starts to change shape, and people have back problems, and people have like you were saying,
Yep.
clogged ducts and all this from, just kind of throwing on your old bra and being like, I'll just deal with it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's really when you start getting into how bras should fit and how they um, hold the pumps hands free with a hands free pumping bra, really making sure you're in the right bra becomes more essential, because you have something too tight, it can cause issues. If you have something too loose, it's not going to be supportive. It's not going to hold the pumps hands free. You really just want to make sure that you're getting a bra that you feel not only supportive and comfortable in, but it's working for you like it should be.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Amanda, this is so educational to me. Like I said, I cannot wait to measure myself. And I thank you so much for informing us on all of this.
Yeah, well, I hope I made it clearer and not more confusing. I always feel like I give so much information to moms that it's a little bit overwhelming. So I hope I made it pretty helpful when it comes to bra, finding the best bra for you at that stage you're in. So
yeah, I think it just all comes down to that, like thinking about the stage that you're in and then really just measuring yourself correctly. Because it's going to be different. I mean, like, I just think that everyone who's listening to this is going to go and measure themselves and they're going to be like, oh my God, that's not the size. That's not what, the size I thought I was.
Yep. Yeah. Or they're going to say that's wrong, but try
right.
it.
Try it on.
That's wrong. Yeah. And what we find too is moms don't know the starting point of measuring themselves. So they just kind of randomly pick a size that they think they're in because of the shirt size that they wear. And, sometimes that sometimes works. It's like a gambling, that's Vegas without the flight or anything. You can gamble on that and you might hit the jackpot, but most of the time that's not going to be the right bra. And so, yeah, I've had some very enlightening conversations. Every mom walks away, I think, feeling really like at least knowledgeable how to measure themselves, which is kind of this kept secret when you walk into a store. They're just throwing a band around you and popping off this number and you're like, okay, where did that come from? So, you now know.
Yes.
The information's at your fingertips.
Yes. And so, okay, so everybody today, or for now into the future, if we don't know how long yet, but go to pumpandnurse.com and you can use code BB19, again, Badass Breastfeeder 19, BB19, for 20% off. And again, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to talk to you and to have you here. It was so very enlightening.
Oh, well, thank you so much for letting me jump on and talk with you about it. So thank you, Abby. I just love it. So thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Bye-bye.